Breathe deep, the cooling air, sun setting tonight. You gotta make your mark, load up on the raw intent. One last look in the mirror. They're gonna know your name. Somebody's gonna take a second look. Too cool to choose to go any angle. Hypersexual serial beast. Wearing on your sleeve. Hey baby, do you like it kind of raw? Or do you like it?
Welcome to another edition of PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. I'm Norm Raymer, along with the former champion Andy Shane, and we are ever closer to February. You're starting off goofy already today. What, are you in a good mood today, or what?
Just the way it is. I just live in the dream, Norm. Just living the dream.
I'm not sure what that means. Dripping with sarcasm. All right.
We're not talking about the production guy. We're talking about us. We're good.
He said that. I did not. All right, so we're getting ever so closer to February Fury at 2015. It will be February the 22nd, International Boxing Club, 525 Earlwood Avenue, and we got a great card on tap. Once again, we're going to get into all of that as we go along. Our main event here today, we will show you the battle for the PCW Cruiserweight Championship, which was the first ever Cruiserweight title match. That is an absolutely fantastic match. We want to first thank our sponsors, Seaway Marketplace at Cherry and Bancroft. Terrific place, fantastic deli, best fried chicken you're going to find anywhere. Also, it is the the Beer Stube, along with the Toledo Academy of Beauty, the Somerset Bingo Hall, and also Mike Seeger's Red Wing Shoes on North Reynolds Road. I'm excited.
Best beating boots you'll ever get. Red Wing boots.
They hold up while you're beating somebody.
You hardly feel a thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And you get them in a size big enough that the Mod Father could live in.
We're starting already now.
Just saying. Just tell it like I sees them.
All right. So he's not going to be your Valentine is coming up. Is that what you're telling me? It's.
He'd probably fit one of them little candy hearts, that little itty bitty.
He's got gold.
No. His tag team got gold. He's just taking credit. It's a subtle
I'm
difference.
sure he's got the gold, though. I mean, I'm sure he's not even letting the Asian assassins carry the belts around.
He mentions it to him once in a while.
Yeah, right. How would you like to see that contract probably between the two of them? All right, let's dive in here.
It's a short contract.
I figured you were going to say that. All right, he said that. I did not. Okay, it wasn't me. Let's get to our first match here. It is for the first ever PCW heavyweight champion William Studd battling Big Chuck Wagon, and we're talking over 700 pounds of humanity in the ring.
As Big Dust would say, this is a match for the bull of the woods. Two big men, head to head, freight train. Let's see what happens.
Don't ever do that again.
Sorry.
All right, let's take you to the match. William Studd against Big Chuck Wagon.
The bull of the woods. Just saying.
PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling, Sean Boomer Bratton, along with Norm Waymer. And we've got a very mad William Studd in the ring. Just making fun of the fans. That'll win him over, Will, as he gets ready to take on Big Chuck Wagon. You can't just say Chuck Wagon, you've got to say Big Chuck Wagon. We're talking about two massive individuals in the ring right now. Will Studd, the first ever PCW champion, he's let everyone know that he would love to get that gold right around his waist again, and he's going to have to make sure he can get through Chuck Wagon. And Chuck Wagon taking the fight right to him.
You're not going to see many moonsaults or hizaguris in this match.
No, not at all. Although Chuck Wagon does like to go to the top rope, which is pretty crazy.
Well, Studd did a good job of kind of leaning his head outside the ropes to shield himself from some of that.
To lessen the impact of that.
He still got it in the chest.
I think Studd did the smart thing because nothing's going his way right now. Just get out of the ring and maybe just readjust. He's been all out of sorts since he came out here anyway. He started yelling at the sound guy, started yelling at our audio technicians, gave us a dirty look.
Those doesn't really seem to be happy about
No,
anything.
then complained because the fans started chanting, "You suck." At least they were calling him Shorty.
Oh, no, nobody's going to call him Shorty,
No,
especially
no,
to his
no.
face. Nobody's going to call him anything to his face, at least on the inside of the railing.
There was a time when, Will Studd was actually kind of embraced by the fans, and I've known Will for a while, and back then before the change in Will's attitude, him and I would travel a lot together, and one time we were going to we were driving to a bad part of town, but we needed to stop for gas, so I see this gas station, and he actually said to me, he goes, "You think it's safe to go in there?" I said, "Dude, I'm with you, I'm good." He goes, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Well, look at this.
Oh
Chuck
my
Wagon's
goodness.
going for a ride. Well, that's not going to make him any more happy.
No. Chuck Wagon has a very unorthodox style.
Yeah. I don't think he has one.
What do you call that move? Like, you think
I
Lou
don't
Fez
know.
was doing something
I
like that
don't
back
know.
in the day? Or did he rip that off from Buddy Rogers? I'm not quite sure.
Not sure.
I think Stud's mad now. His clothesline's Chuck Wagon.
Yeah, Williams ain't finding it too funny.
No, Stud's mad.
Well, you tell me what makes this guy tick if you've traveled with this guy.
Well, there's been this major change in attitude over the last little bit, and I don't know if it's because, hey, I'm a former champion, I'm not getting my respect. I don't know what the deal is, but I can't stand to be around the guy anymore.
Well, there's a sense among the wrestlers that these titles are wide open. And there's only, for a singles match, there's only two guys really that can wrestle for it, unless you're in some kind of a gimmick match. And only two tag teams. So some people are going to get left out, and that's not going to make any of those people happy.
And the opportunities, yes, you've got to fight and scratch and claw, but like you said, there's only one title match with two wrestlers. So if you're not in that, you need to really make a case to the championship committee why you should be in there.
And while any win doesn't necessarily get you a title shot, a loss is going to knock you back down the ladder. And you might have to start all over
And
again.
Will Studd had a lot of issues with Andy Shane, and he actually had a few losses on his resume due to some interference from Andy Shane, and I'm sure that combined with some other factors is not putting Will into that championship picture, and that's where he wants to be.
Well, there isn't anybody that doesn't have losses on the resume, well, except for me, but
That is true. So when is your title shot, Norm, or are you done?
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm two's enough.
Chuck Wagon trying to bring that chair in. The referee grabs it.
Yeah, I don't think that's legal.
No.
About time the ref got away with it. Got rid of it anyway.
And Will Studd just steamrolls Chuck Wagon.
I lost my modesty there for a minute.
Yeah, yes, you did.
I apologize.
Those were two hard-earned victories, I might add.
Oh, look at that!
He slammed him.
Are you kidding?
Oh, my goodness.
He picked up 420 pounds.
Unfortunately, he dropped him too close
See,
to that bottom rope.
Right there is why I'm never getting back in the ring.
Oh, I thought
that
you were
right there.
I thought you were ready to give him pointers after that.
No,
you're undefeated and all.
No.
I want to see you after the match go up to Will Studd and be like, well, Will, I'm undefeated, so let me tell you a thing or two.
Scott Romer and TK Parker, that doesn't really count.
It does. It does.
Although I will say, oh, look at that.
Went for it twice, not enough.
Oh, look, he got him.
He pinned himself almost. He tried to slam Chuck Wagon. Chuck Wagon falls back, and Will couldn't kick out.
Well, that's not going to make Will Studd any happier.
No. And just look at that expression on his face. Chuck Wagon actually can't believe it. He's like, how did that happen? How in the world did that happen? And Will's having a few words with the referee. I think Studd can't believe it. And neither can Chuck Wagon. Chuck Wagon's in a bit of disbelief. Is he inviting people into the ring?
I think he is.
Oh my goodness. They're going to get right in the way of Will Studd. That's not a good strategy. All these kids are coming into the ring. No, Norm, you're not allowed to go in there.
Look at this.
You're not allowed to get in there, Norm. When you had your victories, is this how you celebrated? The ring might break with all that jumping up and down.
I hope the ring can hold it. Well, your winner, somewhere in the middle of all that,
is Chuck Wagon.
Chuck Wagon.
Fans, it's PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. February Fury at the IBC, the International Boxing Club, Sunday, February 22nd. Write that date down. PCW is back at the IBC with February Fury. Will Studd is there. Andy Shane is there. Justin Maine versus James Alexander. They were just tag team partners at the last show. Now they're facing off one-on-one at February Fury at the IBC on Sunday, February 22nd. And we have title matches for you. 3 of them. PCW Cruiserweight title. The champion is Phil Atlas. He's taking on the challenger, the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker. Rick Baker thinks he was cheated out of that title the last time at the IBC. He is vowing revenge at February Fury, Sunday, February 22nd. For the heavyweight title, Nitro versus Malice. Nitro is the champion. Malice is former tag team partner. We saw what happened at the IBC the last time. I don't even know if the building can contain what we're going to see Sunday, February 22nd. And the tag team titles will be defended. The Asian Assassins with the Modfather taking on Big Chuck Wagon and Dick Nasty. These guys are intense. They're going to bring the fight.
That's right, we're coming after the tag belts, and we're going to punch you in the face. Modfather, you better watch out. Big Chuck Wagon, we get nasty too. And speaking of nasty, I brung nasty with me, brother, right here.
When my best friend in the world, Big Chuck Wagon, called me and asked me to have his back against you guys on February 22nd, there's only 2 things we're coming for. 1, to knock your teeth right down your throat, and to win those tag team titles.
That is intensity right there, and you are going to see it. Chuck Wagon called in his buddy, his best friend, Dick Nasty. They are challenging for the tag team titles. February Fury at the IBC, Sunday, February 22nd. PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. Doors at 4. Bell time is 5. February Fury, I cannot wait. Mark this down because you want to be there. Sunday, February 22nd. PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling.
Breathe deep, the cooling air, sun setting tonight. You gotta make your mark, load up on the road.
I shop at Seaway Marketplace because they have the fastest lines in town.
Seaway Marketplace.
This is my store.
I buy almost all of my produce here at Seaway Marketplace for my home and my restaurant.
This is my store.
Seaway Marketplace Deli has the best chicken in town.
This is my store. I shop at Seaway Marketplace because of the big selection of meat and seafood.
This is my store.
Seaway Marketplace, corner of Cherry and Bancroft.
Seaway Marketplace. This is my store.
Your career will occupy 1/3 of your life. Shouldn't it be fun, profitable, and secure? The Toledo Academy of Beauty has successfully trained over 10,000 graduates in the cosmetology industry. Call 419-478-6660 for a free brochure. We also offer beauty services by supervised students. Even professional wrestlers like Dr. Jerry Graham is a client. Have fun, be cool, choose the right beauty school. It's Toledo Academy of Beauty. It's the Beer Stube, located at 5333 Monroe Street, the home of the NFL Sunday Ticket. Catch your favorite game at the Beer Stube. We have a brand new kitchen open daily for lunch and dinner at 11 a.m. At the Beer Stube, it's a Wi-Fi hotspot and enjoy free pool from Sunday through Wednesday and premier karaoke Wednesday night through Saturday night. It's where bar, grill, and good times come together. It's the Beer Stube, 5333 Monroe Street, online at ToledoBS.com.
Since 1905, Red Wing Shoe Company has been making purpose-built work footwear. The skilled employees in our 3 U.S. factories build over 1.2 million pairs of shoes annually. We are the largest Red Wing shoe dealer in northwestern Ohio with over 2,500 pairs in stock. Stop by our newly renovated store at 2122 North Reynolds Road. Shoes and boots that have served generations of hard-working people. Somerset Bingo Hall, Toledo's premier bingo hall, 7 nights a week at the corner of Douglas, Lasky, and Tremainsville. At Somerset Bingo Hall, doors open at 5 p.m., Lightning at 6, and Series at 8 p.m. Sundays, doors open at 11 a.m., Lightning at 1, and Series at 2:30. Somerset Bingo Hall, Toledo's premier bingo hall, 7 nights a week. Mike Jamieson and Jamieson's Mobile Music is scheduling his 2015 bridal season. I would love to talk to you about your music and video needs for that special day. Now, we don't have 15 different sound systems going out every night, just one, and we concentrate on you and your special day. You will know your DJ. For over 25 years, Mike Jamieson has been providing quality sound, lighting, and video for your special day. Call him today at 419-514-1302. Mike Jamieson and Jamieson's Mobile Music and creative video imagery.
If you're looking to raise money for your nonprofit organization, PowerBomb Championship Wrestling is here to help. We'll provide you with everything you need to raise money. You'll get 2 hours of fun and exciting family entertainment from some of the best pro wrestlers in the Midwest, and we'll promote your event on our TV and social media platforms. Charities, booster clubs, athletic departments, or any nonprofit organization can raise money with PCW. Call us at 419-265-7808 or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at PCWExcitement.com.
Breathe deep, the cooling air, sun setting tonight. You gotta make your mark, load up on the road.
February Fury at the IBC. It's PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling, Sunday, February 22nd. Doors at 4, bell time is 5. 3 huge title matches. For the tag team titles, the Asian Assassins with the Modfather taking on Big Chuck Wagon and Dick Nasty. For the PCW Cruiserweight title, Phil Atlas, the champion, he's meeting the challenge of the Righteous Maker Rick Baker with the Modfather. Rick Baker thinks he was cheated out of that title at the last show. He has now the services of the Modfather, and he's talking about bringing home the gold at February Fury. Also for the PCW Heavyweight title, Malice and Nitro. Nitro's your champion, Malice the challenger, former tag team champions, a former tag team that just tore things up here in PCW, and now they're at each other's throats. You will see that match at February Fury, Sunday, February 22nd at the IBC. You will also see one-on-one in action. This man, James Alexander, who is already making his mark, and he wants to continue his success as he wants to take on former champion Andy Shane.
That's former two-time champion Andy Shane. James Alexander isn't a nobody, and I'm not going to be wrestling a nobody on February 22nd. I'm going to make my impact in PowerBomb Championship Wrestling, and I'm going to do that at the expense of Andy Shane.
Big words from James Alexander, and I tell you what, though, when James says something, well, he means it. He's going to bring it. And Andy Shane, I tell you what, you got your hands full at February Fury, Sunday, February 22nd. Doors at 4, bell time is 5, 3 title matches that night. PCW Heavyweight title, Cruiserweight title, and the Tag Team titles. You will see all your favorite PCW superstars, February Fury, Sunday, February 22nd at the IBC. Fans, we will see you then.
Back we are, PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. Circle that date, February the 22nd. February Fury at the International Boxing Club, and 3 big title matches on the card. We kind of covered that last week. We'll have a tag team title match with the Asian Assassins, and they'll defend against, as you heard comments from them, Big Chuck Wagon and his friend Dick Nasty. They'll get a shot at the gold.
I think somewhat of a culture clash. Throwing it out there.
Well, just a little bit there. All right, we'll have the PCW Cruiserweight title match from back in January at the International Boxing Club. We'll show that as our main event, and we'll get into that as we go along. You're going to get Nitro and Malice one more time. Malice wins the match, but does not get the titles due to a count-out. So, hey, you know what? You beat the champ. You're really still the #1 contender.
You know what? And the Modfather was a little irritated.
Key word being little.
Oh.
And I will say that Nitro was largely irritated.
He's more than crazy.
Hey, he's not
and
happy.
It's not going to be pretty.
No, not at all. Not happy about that one bit. All right, let's get you to our flashback segment as we go back This is a tag team you know a lot about. Bulldog Don Kent, Dr. Jerry Graham against the big man Mountain Tyler and Crazy Dan. And you'll find out why Dan's crazy during the match.
I recall somewhat like Ricky Steamboat's how clean this match is going to be. I understand.
Yeah.
Don Kent
right, because there's
Jerry
no...
Graham would rather lose a match than infract upon a rule.
I've heard that somewhere before. All right, let's take a look at the match as we go back into the archives. Bulldog Don Kent, Dr. Jerry Graham as they battle Big Man Mountain Tyler and Crazy Dan.
And their opponents, ladies and gentlemen, with a combined weight of 488 pounds, Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent.
And Jerry Graham right off the bat here attacks Crazy Dan. Tyler moves in and breaks that up right away. And he's got the ex-champions on the run. The World Tag Team Championship belts, as we talk to you now, fans, held up pending the outcome of the return match between Kent and Graham against Calypso Jim and Chris Carter. Little pre-match strategy session between the Dog and the Doc here. No doubt up to no good. It's Kent with Man Mountain Tyler. They lock up at the referee hold. Tyler moves Kent, tried to back him up into the ropes. Bulldog would not allow that, though. Bulldog with a side headlock on the big Man Mountain Tyler. Tyler throws him off into the ropes, and collision. Down goes Kent. I guess so. Boy.
They're not having too much luck, Terry.
Not so far.
I think they should have gotten somebody less efficient than Terry Tyler.
The Bulldog tags off to, and what have we here? The Hangman, all of a sudden, is showing up out here at ringside. I don't know the purpose of this. What is he doing out here at ringside? Obviously out here on behalf of Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent. The Hangman, as quickly as he came in, now wandering out. Graham hurled right into the corner, and down he went. Graham makes the tag very quickly to the Bulldog. Bulldog will try his luck, see if he's got any better luck against Tyler.
I think these guys, especially when they're trying to have everybody think they're the champions, they look like anything but champions with Tyler.
So far, they do. Bulldog taking some crushing blows there from Tyler, but he runs Tyler right into the knee of Dr. Jerry Graham in the corner.
Yeah, I guess this is where the cream comes to the top, Terry.
Yeah. Well, things definitely not going too well for the army of Dr. Jerry Graham. The Great Wojo no longer the world champion. Kent and Graham no longer the tag team champions. We saw what effect that had on the Wojo. And I would suspect we would see a similar effect here from the Bulldog and Graham. Kent is just punching away, punch after punch after punch into the head of Tyler. I don't know how much of this he can take. There the Bulldog makes the tag off.
If you look at Tyler right now, he's bleeding.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
They split him right open. Kent just punched away.
I guess that's what he gets for trying to beat him up so fast. Tyler looked good, and now they're taking real advantage.
Well, I think Graham and Kent have definitely lost their cool now following the humiliation with the belts being held up, and now to have Tyler treat them that way. Tyler's in a very bad way now. He's out there now, hopefully get a rest and regain his bearings here, but the Bulldog in against the much less experienced Crazy Dan.
Crazy Dan's crazy for being in there with him.
I'm afraid so. And already, even though he's only been in there a few seconds, Kent has him right where he wants him. And I think he split him open too. He has. Look at that. Tyler split open. Crazy Dan is split open, and we've seen these two do this many times before here. I'm sort of surprised they were able to do it to Tyler, but no man can withstand what Kent did to him. And now the disgusting thing about it is that even when they've got them injured to this extent, they keep right on punching and punching away. They won't let up.
He falls, yeah. There it shows you right on the cement. Now what are they going to do?
Disgusting sight.
Oh, gosh.
Tyler able to break that one up, I think.
He got there too late.
And Graham's got a chair. And he clobbers Tyler with a chair. Tyler collapses right out of the audience. And Crazy Dan again thrown into the ring post here by Dr. Jerry Graham. This Crazy Dan is a beaten man. He's injured. He needs medical attention. He does not need to be where he is right now, Bruiser.
Remember I said a while ago, they don't look like champions, but I have to say now, they look like they're as good as they've ever been.
They look every bit as controversial as they have ever been.
Well, yeah, to me, that's good. I mean, if you're going to be in there and be a champion, you got to have a killer instinct, and that's what they've got now again. So I guess they're showing everybody just what they're going to do to Calypso Jim and Chris Carter. This is what this is all about, you know. They're trying to draw a picture. This is exactly what they're going to do to Chris Carter and Calypso Jim.
Look at Graham.
Oh yeah, but that's exactly what they're doing. They're drawing a great.
Much like Wojo did.
Same thing. Wojo's trying to show what he's going to do to Flex Snyder. That's exactly the way these men are thinking.
Crazy Dan's forehead is just a crimson mask at this point as he's going for the pile driver.
An assisted pile.
Oh, Graham from off of the middle rope with an assist there for Kent. The count goes in. Yes, sir, that's it. Tyler came in, but too late.
Watch yourself, Terry. Be careful. Terry, watch yourself. Keep out of there until they calm down. Watch it, Terry.
February Fury at the International Boxing Club, PCW, bringing you February Fury PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. The date is Sunday, February 22nd. Doors at 4, bell time is 5. 3 title matches at February Fury. PCW tag team titles. You will see the Asian Assassins with the Modfather taking on the team of Big Chuck Wagon and Dick Nasty. For the PCW Cruiserweight title, Phil Atlas defending against the Righteous Maker Rick Baker. For the PCW Heavyweight title, Malice with the Modfather taking on his former partner, his former championship partner, Nitro. And yes, the title will be on the line. Andy Shane, a former PCW champion, 2-time former champion, will be in action at February Fury. Andy Shane, Dr. Jerry Graham, your partner at February Fury is James Alexander.
Well, you know, Shakespeare warned us in the play Julius Caesar. He thinks he has a lean and hungry look. This man has nothing to lose and everything to gain by beating Andy Shane. He's a great wrestler. We're not taking this match lightly one bit.
James Alexander's incredible talent. His problem is coming is he's got to face me. You know what? It doesn't matter who they set up against me. My whole job here is to show the championship committee. It doesn't matter whether it's the tag belts. It doesn't matter whether it's the cruiserweight belt. It doesn't matter if it's a heavyweight belt. Dr. Graham will line them up. I'll take them out in the tall grass and shake them for change. Bring them on.
Well, you know something? I couldn't agree with Andy more because Andy is at the top of his game thanks to a rigid training program that I, Dr. Jerry Graham, am putting him through. He is going to win, but we're not taking him lightly. He's going to win because he's going to be diligent.
And you will see that one-on-one Andy Shane, James Alexander, and 3 title matches at February Fury at the IBC on Sunday, February 22nd. 3 title matches, Andy Shane, James Alexander, a show you do not want to miss. Sunday, February 22nd, February Fury at the IBC.
Back we are, PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. Main event time here on the big show. This is for the PCW Cruiserweight title. Not only is it for the title, but it is the first ever Cruiserweight Championship match. And my thoughts were, as I was watching this match, was this match, seriously, and this is no sugarcoating whatsoever, these two participants could have had this match in any organization, in any country, on any TV network in the world.
Two of the absolutely best wrestlers, best athletes you will ever see. Bar none. Bar none.
And you've been in the ring with both of them, I imagine.
Both incredible.
Well, one I know you've been in the ring with quite a bit.
This match, if you would like to pardon the pun, was righteous.
Well, there's one participant that didn't think so when it was done. Let's go to the match. First ever PCW Cruiserweight Championship match, and it's the Righteous Maker Rick Baker against Phil Atlas.
Title match of the night. It's a 1-fall with a 1 hour time limit for the PCW Cruiserweight title belt. In this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 191 pounds, he's Phil Atlas. His opponent tonight comes from the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 202 pounds. He's known as the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker.
PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. The crowd not necessarily sure how to react to the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker, Norm.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, this is the first ever PCW Cruiserweight title match. So obviously the title is vacant. Whoever wins this match will forever be known as the very first PCW Cruiserweight champion.
And these athletes that are in the ring right now, Phil Atlas, the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker, two of the top in the world, regardless of the weight class.
There isn't anybody that could argue that these two guys deserve to be the two guys to wrestle for this title.
And when I heard this was going to be the match, Norm, I'm just like, I was so excited for the weeks leading up to this, and now it's finally here with that arm drag taking over the Righteous Maker. It's great to see Phil Atlas here in PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. Of course, the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker, whether you like him or you don't like him, the man is an incredible athlete.
I've been so excited for this match.
I think what we're going to see right now, at least in the early moments of this, kind of a feeling out process from both of these athletes.
Well, it's funny, too, what can happen to guys when there's gold involved.
Oh, clouds all your judgment, you know, your past alliances, your friendships. You don't care because now there's a title belt on the line. D-Ray goes in, Atlas moves, responds, knife edge chop, maybe another one, nope, European uppercut, and drives that elbow into the side of the head of the Righteous Maker.
If you think you've seen Rick Baker somewhere before, you have. Formerly known as D-Ray 3000, he's going by his real name, Rick Baker.
Atlas up and over, grabs that leg.
Phil Atlas has held regional titles all over the place. And so is Rick Baker.
Phil Atlas, one of the best to come out of Canada.
Oh, no question. And we are so happy to have him here.
Springboard drop kick. Righteous Maker Rick Baker goes to the outside. I really think for Rick Baker, and Atlas is up with that plancha.
And he lands on his feet.
I know, that is incredible athleticism on the part of Phil Atlas. Grabs a water from ringside and takes a sip. He's sizing up, and they're right in front of us. Sizing up the Righteous Maker.
Grabbed his ear.
And he's going to throw Rick Baker back into the ring, and I think Baker's going to keep rolling, and he goes right to the outside.
That's a veteran move.
Yes, it is.
Veteran move.
And Phil Atlas is going to follow him.
Because he needs a moment.
Not going to give Rick Baker any quarter. Baker is back in. Atlas comes in. Baker doesn't roll through this time. He comes in and he meets Phil Atlas with a knee right into the middle.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
Took a little bit to get there, but he finally got him there. I think really with the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker, just really felt over the course of his career here in PCW that, you know, making that change and
God!
I felt that one.
Wow.
blocks the whip in, throws the forearm in, hits the ropes. Atlas does, and Atlas runs right into that back elbow. Shouldn't talk all that trash.
You know, both these guys are a little cocky, and you know what? They deserve to be.
Oh, exactly.
These are two phenomenal athletes.
And Baker holds on, doesn't want to go for the Irish whip. He's holding on to those ropes for dear life right now.
This is what they call in the biz a 6'5" pick'em.
Atlas going to stay on him. A double
Look at
foot
that.
chop. Shades the Thunderbolt Patterson. Atlas is down.
He's hurt. I sense an attitude about Rick Baker.
Oh, yeah. And again, I think that change in persona and using that name, Rick Baker, the Righteous Maker, just indicating the changes that we've seen in him to where he is right now in PCW.
Well, and I'm going to cut him some slack because he's one guy that this business has kicked around. There's no question the business has kicked him around. He is a phenomenal athlete. He's one of the best wrestlers there is.
And he always has claimed that he's been so close to winning gold here in PCW, and you know, factors have gotten in the way, whether it be Andy Shane or Dr. Jerry Graham.
He's a former PCW champion. He had that vicious feud with Andy Shane. Look at that.
And that feud lasted 3 years.
Is that a sneaky veteran move? His
It
chin
works.
was underneath the rope, and he kicked the rope.
I really can just sense as I'm watching the Righteous Maker, he stepped his game up. He stepped his game up. So a whole new side of the Righteous Maker.
I think he's interested in himself. And maybe that's a good thing for him.
And it looked like Phil Atlas was trying to just drag the Righteous Maker back into that corner. Rick Baker not falling for it. Atlas fires back though. Chops, European uppercut. There's that whip in reversal. Boot into the middle. Atlas eats all of it. Baker scoops him up. Atlas swings to the outside.
Look at this.
Look at that reversal. Going for the inverted DDT. Rick Baker flips up and over and catches Phil Atlas with an inverted DDT of his own.
You know, this was my pick to steal the show. I'm
It's
not
not
changing my
disappointing,
mind.
is it?
I'm not changing my mind by any stretch. I got goosebumps watching this match.
This right here alone is worth the price of the ticket.
I don't care where you're at. I don't care what organization you're in. I don't care what country you're in. It's a great match. It's a great matchup.
Atlas tries to block. Small package. Does he have him?
Almost.
And D-Ray just clobbers Phil Atlas. Just clobbered him with that.
See, he even got you, Rick Baker.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, it's so hard.
You may not want to say that around him.
No, I won't. Phil Atlas has said that. I think maybe to get under Rick Baker's skin.
Yeah, and it works.
Baker rolls through.
Oh!
Right into the throat of Rick Baker. Oh, both wrestlers are reeling right now.
That caught part of the chin and then into the throat. I don't know how he's even standing.
Atlas slides through and he hooks that leg, so Rick Baker goes down face first. He's holding that chin.
You just don't know where Phil Atlas is coming from.
No.
I mean, he's going to hit you from so many different directions. You think you're surrounded.
And that splash from the outside in, Atlas blocks. He got everything on that as well with that code breaker and the enziguri. Atlas firmly in control right now, setting up a super kick maybe.
You're going to have to be a special kind of athlete to win gold in this cruiserweight division.
And look at that. Now, Baker catches the super kick.
Oh!
Atlas goes down low.
Oh!
And he got that one.
Right to the side of the chin. And Rick Baker bails out and falls face first onto the floor.
An instinct veteran, Wiley, I don't know.
Oh,
but
he can't know where he's at. Yeah, you're right. It's got to be instinct.
But Baker's on the outside, and Atlas is going to follow him. Atlas has almost caught him. Baker's trying to get back into the ring.
Yeah, he's trying to buy time.
He needs to bide as much time as he can. But he's now in the center of the ring, but he catches Atlas as Atlas is coming in with that big back suplex, just folding Phil Atlas in half. Atlas trying to see if he has even feeling in his fingers right there, because you just do so much damage to your neck. All your nerves running through there, and he might have even suffered a bit of a stinger on that one.
You can tell, I don't know if the camera caught it or not, but his right hand shaking.
Rick Baker's up first. He's about ready to end this for the vacant PCW Cruiserweight Championship. Winner will be that first ever PCW Cruiserweight Champion. Big suplex. He's right on top of him. Didn't waste any time. Rick Baker was right there for the cover, and Atlas is able to kick out.
Phenomenal match.
Unbelievable, the fight in both of these athletes. And he throws Phil Atlas to the outside. What are we going to see now from the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker? Good opportunity for Rick Baker to catch his time, or to catch his breath rather, with this time. Baker wants to go outside now, but the referee is stopping him. Gives Phil Atlas a little bit of recovery time as well.
I don't quite understand why the ref's keeping him from going to the outside.
And Rick Baker's upset about that. Now you can see Phil Atlas.
You know, I don't blame him. I'm on the side of Rick Baker on that one. You see guys go after each other on the outside ring all the time.
And look at that. So again, as Phil Atlas tries to make his way back into the ring, Rick Baker hits him. Atlas goes to the outside again, and the referee just breaking everything up.
Although you can always go out of the other side of the ring.
And you know, with yeah, he could. But you know, with Rick Baker, who always feels like the referees have wronged him, he's going to just add this to the list.
And I never thought I would hear "you suck" chants.
Oh, I know.
Directed at Rick Baker.
Never. Never in a million years.
So I guess we know what side the crowd's on.
If they were not sure early on in the match, I think they're pretty positive now.
And that may just fuel the fire.
Exactly. And Rick Baker spending a lot of time.
He's annoyed.
No, wait a minute. Look, Norm, Phil Atlas went through the ring. He went underneath. Look at this.
Oh, they rolled him up. 2. He rolled him up. We got him. We got a new champion.
Your winner, the Canadian sensation, Phil Atlas!
Unbelievable, Norm.
The first ever PCW Cruiserweight Champion.
As Rick Baker was talking with the referee, Phil Atlas on the outside, Atlas goes underneath the ring, rolls up Rick Baker from behind, and Baker is steamed. Baker saying he cheated. And I know Rick Baker, he's not going to take this lying down. Unbelievable turn of events.
Oh, I never thought I would hear these chants.
The whole building's in on it.
Well, I will tell you this. I think he's got somewhat of a point. He wanted to go outside the ring. He wanted to go after Phil Atlas. The referee wouldn't allow him to do so. Phil Atlas went underneath the ring, came back the other side.
And
I hate to say it, but I think he's got a point.
I don't fault Phil Atlas any for seizing an opportunity, but you know, Rick Baker has always had issues where he feels like sometimes the referee's calls go against him, and I think he's going to continue to say that I was wrongfully robbed of my opportunity.
Well, if he would have been allowed to go outside the ring and go get Phil Atlas, who knows what would have happened in the match. I hate to say it, but I think he's got a point. And you can hear him.
And he's claiming to whoever listens that he was cheated.
This all may not be over.
No.
But we do know one thing. We got a new PCW Cruiserweight Champion, and it's Phil Atlas.
It's PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. February Fury at the IBC, the International Boxing Club. Sunday, February 22nd. PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. We have loaded the card from top to bottom. Andy Shane, James Alexander, William Studd. 3 title matches that night at February Fury. PCW Cruiserweight title, Phil Atlas versus the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker. Rick Baker says he was cheated out of the title the last time we were at the IBC. He wants a rematch. He has that rematch. PCW Tag Team titles. The Asian Assassins defending against Big Chuck Wagon and Dick Nasty. The Asian Assassins will have the Mod Father. And in the main event, never thought I would see it once. Now, based on what happened the last time at the IBC, we get it again, and boy, these guys brought the heat the first time. Malice versus the PCW heavyweight champ Nitro, and Malice has the Mod Father with him.
You know what, Boomer, that's right. Phil Nitro Monahan, you got away by the hair on your chin. Stupid rule. Just like the Mod Father said, Malice defeated Nitro. You couldn't answer the count. But because of that silly rule, the belt stayed with you. Well, I tell you what, February 22nd, I get my next shot. And this time, not only are you gonna lose, but you're gonna lose 10 pounds of gold.
There's 2 things that make me mad in this world. Number 1, when these PCW freakish fans call me shorty, and the other thing is when a win is a win is a win, but there's no gold. We demand a rematch, and we'll have a rematch February 22nd.
It was a countdown. Titles can't change hands on a countout. But the rematch happens February 22nd at the IBC with February Fury.
Breathe deep for cooling air, sun setting tonight. You gotta make your mark, load up on the road.
I shop at Seaway Marketplace because they have the fastest lines in town.
Seaway Marketplace.
This is my store.
I buy almost all of my produce here at Seaway Marketplace for my home and my restaurant.
This is my store.
Seaway Marketplace Deli has the best chicken in town.
This is my store. I shop at Seaway Marketplace because of the big selection of meat and seafood.
This is my store.
Seaway Marketplace, corner of Cherry and Bancroft.
Seaway Marketplace, this is my store.
Your career will occupy 1/3 of your life. Shouldn't it be fun, profitable, and secure? The Toledo Academy of Beauty has successfully trained over 10,000 graduates in the cosmetology industry. Call 419-478-6660 for a free brochure. We also offer beauty services by supervised students. Even professional wrestlers like Dr. Jerry Graham is a client. Have fun, be cool, choose the right beauty school. It's Toledo Academy of Beauty.
It's the Beer Stube, located at 5333 Monroe Street, the home of the NFL Sunday Ticket. Catch your favorite game at the Beer Stube. We have a brand new kitchen open daily for lunch and dinner at 11 a.m. At the Beer Stube, it's a Wi-Fi hotspot and enjoy free pool from Sunday through Wednesday and premier karaoke Wednesday night through Saturday night. It's where bar, grill, and good times come together. It's the Beer Stube, 5333 Monroe Street, online at ToledoBS.com. Since 1905, Red Wing Shoe Company has been making purpose-built work footwear. The skilled employees in our 3 U.S. factories build over 1.2 million pairs of shoes annually. We are the largest Red Wing shoe dealer in northwestern Ohio with over 2,500 pairs in stock. Stop by our newly renovated store at 2122 North Reynolds Road. Shoes and boots that have served generations of hard-working people. Somerset Bingo Hall, Toledo's premier bingo hall, 7 nights a week at the corner of Douglas, Lasky, and Tremainsville. At Somerset Bingo Hall, doors open at 5 p.m., Lightning at 6, and Series at 8 p.m. Sundays, doors open at 11 a.m., Lightning at 1, and Series at 2:30. Somerset Bingo Hall, Toledo's premier bingo hall, 7 nights a week. Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music is scheduling his 2015 bridal season. I would love to talk to you about your music and video needs for that special day. Now, we don't have 15 different sound systems going out every night, just one, and we concentrate on you and your special day. You will know your DJ. For over 25 years, Mike Jameson has been providing quality sound, lighting, and video for your special day. Call him today at 419-514-1302. Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music, and creative video imagery.
If you're looking to raise money for your nonprofit organization, PowerBomb Championship Wrestling is here to help. We'll provide you with everything you need to raise money. You'll get 2 hours of fun and exciting family entertainment from some of the best pro wrestlers in the Midwest, and we'll promote your event on our TV and social media platforms. Charities, booster clubs, athletic departments, or any nonprofit organization can raise money with PCW. Call us at 419-265-7808 or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at PCWExcitement.com.
February Fury, PCW PowerBomb Championship Wrestling at the IBC, the International Boxing Club, on Sunday, February 22nd, a show you will not want to miss. Doors at 4, bell time is 5. Andy Shane, James Alexander, Will Studd, all going to be there. We've got 3 title matches that day. You're going to see the PCW Cruiserweight title defended. Phil Atlas, your champion, he's taking on the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker. The Righteous Maker now has the Mod Father. Reason why, Rick Baker says he was cheated out of that title the last time we were at the IBC. Rematch is going to happen Sunday, February 22nd, February Fury. You're also going to see the Asian Assassins with the Mod Father taking on Big Chuck Wagon and Dick Nasty. PCW Tag Team Championships on the line, February Fury. Also, your main event, a match I never thought we would see, and now we're going to see it again based on what happened the last time. Malice and Nitro. Nitro, the PCW champion. Rematch for the heavyweight title at the IBC Sunday, February 22nd.
You know, Malice, I never, ever expected that from you. You try to blind me. Blinding a man is one of the worst things you can do to someone. You got that skinny little weasel in your corner, the Mod Father. Well, if I get my hands on you, Mod Father, let me tell you, it's not going to be pretty.
I tell you what, Mod Father, I would listen to what he says. If he gets his hands on you at February Fury, it is not going to be pretty. Malice might not be pretty for you either. Malice and Nitro for the PCW heavyweight title, one-on-one at February Fury, Sunday, February 22nd at the IBC. Tag team titles defended. Cruiserweight title defended. Heavyweight title defended. PCW at the IBC, Sunday, February 22nd. It's February Fury.
All right, back. We're going to wrap things up here on PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. We have our first ever PCW Cruiserweight champion, and he is Phil Atlas.
My new favorite move is the O'Connor roll-up. I don't think any more needs to be said.
Why? Well, I see. I beg to differ here a little bit, okay? Because this was my issue as we were watching the match, and you probably heard it in the commentary. It's a win. There's no question about that. But I understand Rick Baker's point because he wanted to go out onto the floor after Phil Nitro, and the referee chose not to let him do so.
I mean, after Atlas, of course.
What did I say?
Nitro.
Oh,
but
I did say that. I'm sorry. Well, we're going to talk about Nitro in a second, but Rick Baker wanted to go after Phil Atlas. Okay, so, and the referee wouldn't let him go outside the ring. And it's common practice. Guys go out after guys on the floor. And for some reason, referee chose not to let him do that. Had he been able to go out of the floor, then what happened would have never happened.
And on the flip side of that, having been in the ring with the Righteous Maker, I can also tell you this. He'd like to go out the floor, hurt Phil Atlas somehow on that floor, crawl back in, take a count-out victory, then complain about not having the belt. I know he'd do something like that. I'm just throwing it out there.
You've never gone out of the floor and injured anybody, apparently, right?
Well, yeah, but
gotten a count out, or it's never happened. I think he's got a point. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and that's how come we have a rematch.
Absolutely. So it will get one more time, but now the Mod Father, who sees an opportunity, is going to be in the corner of the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker, which just says to me that he will do anything to get that title.
Well, we got him a step ladder. He crawled up so he could seize the opportunity. It was only about 4 foot off the ground. He's got it now, and that short little crappy...
Well, with all that being said, he's got gold. He's got tag gold. So, I mean, his very first match where he's managing in PCW, and his guys are co-holders of the Tag Team Championship.
By hook or by crook.
So, because we fans could chant Shorty and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, he's got gold, which is what he said he was going to do when he came in.
So are you telling me that the ends justify the means?
No, all I'm saying is that he did some of what he said he was going to do.
No. The Asian Assassins did some of what he said they were going to do.
But that was not a 2-on-2 match.
Oh,
okay, that was a 4-on-2 match. There's no question about that.
So it is what it is.
He influenced that match. You would have to agree with that.
He always does. He's a little weasel.
So the PCW heavyweight title is in flux as well. Phil Nitro Monahan is still the champion, but he will defend once again with Malice, who remains the #1 contender because he got his arm raised. Now it was a count out, so he didn't get the titles. But you beat the champ, you're still a #1 contender.
As brutal as that match was, whether his arm was raised or not, he'd probably still be #1 contender. And they're going to go at it one more time. I'm just hoping that Nitro is healthy enough to be at 100% for that match.
All right, if we have not touched on this, you're probably going to want to know where to get your tickets as well. You can go to our website, PCWExcitement.com. If you want to go over to the International Boxing Club any weekday between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m., that's when everybody's there. You can get your tickets that way, but you can get them right through the website. We'll send them off to you, and you'll have them when you walk in the door. So there's only so many front row seats. You want to make sure you get one of those front row seats. Well, we can do it that way.
And you can always old school and hoof over to Somerset Bingo Hall or at the Lucky 7. Get your tickets there, too.
Yep, those are a couple of great ways to be able to get tickets for February Fury on February the 22nd at the International Boxing Club. 3 more big title matches on the card. This guy will be on the card against James Alexander.
Once again, we got a guy who is upset because of an outcome, and he injures what we thought was his friend, and he can't be in the match. Now he's in a match with me. Bring your A game, big boy.
Funny how losing changes friendships sometimes.
Isn't it funny how that works?
Well, yeah, and he may be a young buck, but he's also a fitness instructor, and you won't, if you're going to try to tire him out, you're going to have a hard time doing that.
You can't. You'll be just wrestling and working.
All right, next show we will show you that PCW heavyweight title match between Phil Nitro Monahan and Malice from back in January. But until then, it's not PC.
It's PCW.
PowerBomb Championship Wrestling. We'll see you next week.
One last look in the mirror.